inside track going into turn 10. Well done.
Robbie Floyd with more on the KB Racing Technology team.
Well, Paul Tracy has his blog where he talked about yesterday that they didn't even have a meeting about what to do on the start with those 3 cars running nose to tail, 13, 14, and 15. But today I said something to Paul, and he said, well, we did have a coming to Jesus meeting just a moment ago. Myself and Kevin Galkoven, we stuck our 3 monkeys down on the chair and said, guys, I'm not going to tell you how to race. Just be smart and don't race the KB cars harder than you would anybody else out there. Well, Paul Tracy, of course, raced his way from 15th up to 10th, and it looks like the other guys now starting to press as well.
There are only 2 cars that are not on the lead lap. We mentioned Thomas Scheckter, and the other one not on the lead lap is Rafa Matos because of his contact with Tracy that sent him to the pit lane.
Scheckter did the right thing there, guys. You just kind of pulled side. Hey, I'm a lap down. I'm not going to mess up your race. Go after it.
20 laps out of 95 completed here at the City Centre Raceway in Edmonton, Alberta. You're watching IZOD IndyCar Racing on Versus. Welcome back to the Honda Edmonton Indy at City Centre Airport, which has become a raceway for these IZOD Indy cars. And the leader is Will Power. There you see him. He has led all the way so far and has advanced his lead to 1.4 seconds. Will Power continuing to pretty much dominate this series this year.
And you just watch his car, and when he hits those curves, it just calmly kind of settles back down. I mean, it really looks like a well-balanced, fun race car to drive.
The front group are also all on the red sidewall alternates, and they don't have the same kind of longevity do the black. So when you heard the crew members, and it's great to get a look at the whole racetrack from one vantage point and follow someone around, but the leaders certainly are in a position right now where they just want to maintain that grip. The first run you make on the red sidewall alternates are the ones where you have to be easy on them because you can wear them out on a more green racetrack.
Runway number 12 is the front stretch. Here they go into turn number 1 and 2 in this very quick switchback area.
And this is the area where Jan said is smoother pavement just kind of through this switchback because this isn't part of the runways. But soon as you transition back, you get onto these runways.
Going to stay up high here to take you through turns 8 and 9.
Very fast, bumpy section right through here, turn 11. Look at all that track you have to use because you got that big old runway.
Just that great perspective when you just watch one camera and follow one driver all the way around. It gives you the idea of the wide open spaces and areas where you still thread the needle and run it right up against the wall.
Great for the fans that are there in the grandstands. You know, they get a little bit of the same perspective where they see what's going on, where the plus-minus gains is of everybody around this racetrack.
This place kind of reminds you of Burke Lakefront Airport, where the kart series used to run in Cleveland, Ohio. Same kind of a setup. And yes, the fans can almost see all the way around the track. Jack?
And guys, as wide as this racetrack, as we take a look at Tony Kanaan as he tries to work his way, gets around Simona Di Silvestro. Keep in mind, because as wide as it is, you can escape. You can get away. You can get out of the way, so we don't have a lot of full course yellows. So what does that result in? Not a lot of strategy. When do you short fill? Do you short fill? Jan, you're absolutely right. Everybody tells me lap 34, and they hope that's good. Look at this tight quarters racing, guys. This will take your breath away.
Baguette now getting a move from the inside. All it takes is one little miscue as he was dicing ahead with Alex Lloyd. Ooh. That just broke a little bit of momentum, and then here comes Tony Kanaan.
But what Tony needs to do now to continually get up through the field is he needs to stay close enough to the competition in front of him to capitalize on what happens. If he's not close enough when there's a little miscue or a little hiccup in front of him, then he's not going to be able to capitalize and gain spots. So he's got to keep pressing.
Tony Kanaan is at the top of the list in terms of big movers. He has gained 7 spots since the drop of the green flag. Tracy 5 and Marco Andretti 5th. 5 positions. To Alex Tagliani, he's currently running in 19th. We'll take a break and be back for scheduled pit stops coming up in just a moment. The IZOD IndyCar Series is at Camp Versus, and we'll take our tents and sleeping bags next Sunday to Mid-Ohio for the Honda Indy 200. Scott Dixon's historic win last year earned him the title of IndyCar's winningest driver. Now he looks for a repeat. He'll have to get, of course, past Will Power and Dario Franchitti and the others. The IZOD IndyCar Series, Sunday, August 8th, 2:30 Eastern, all part of Camp Versus. This just happened. We'll take a look at it.
It all started from Weldon was nicely letting some of these guys go by, and it just slowed up Franchitti a little bit of enough. Briscoe saw it happening, got to run by it, got the position.
So we'll move Briscoe up to 4th now, and Franchitti goes back to 5th. We have started lapping some of the slower cars. Weldon is down a lap, and Mira also is down a lap now. And look at Ryan.
Thought that there was... Very quickly, Dan Weldon thought something was going awry in the rear. That's why they came in and changed all 4 Firestone tires to see if they can solve it that way.
Wow, Briscoe is just moving forward, and he passing both of the Ganassi cars.
So we got Penske sitting 1, 2, 3.
Yep, and Penske 4 and 5.
Target, Chip Ganassi.
Okay.
Right. Roger's with you, but
yeah,
maybe
right.
not.
Well, as we have indicated a couple of times, Chip Ganassi becomes the only owner to have winning cars at the Daytona 500, the Brickyard 400, and the Indianapolis 500 in the same year as a result of Jamie McMurray's win this week, or this day. Here is Briscoe getting to the inside of Dixon.
Forces his way to the inside of turn number 10. Nice and clean, and then on the outside, Dario Franchitti tries to take advantage of that. Doesn't gain that position, but Ryan Briscoe is the one, as we heard in the pre-race show, had gone the wrong way on settings in qualifying. They put that back, so now, in a way, you would assume they have the setup. That's why Penske now, as he's let it settle out, just 1, 2, 3.
More on Scott Dixon from Lindy.
Well, Scott basically took a dirt shower in his car this morning. Now, he didn't go off course and cause a yellow. He just went a little bit outside of the lines. Let me tell you, he got hit with so much debris. They had to replace his front wing. It looked like it'd been in a hailstorm. They had to tape up his mirrors. They had to tape up the rear wing. And his helmet had so many marks on it from all of that. And they've recovered from it, but he had a rough morning, guys.
Wow, I've never heard the term dirt shower. That's good. That's good. I like that, Lindy.
Yeah. And I think part of it, just through the practice sessions and qualifying, we saw a lot of guys, spin or go off this track. And again, I think part of the mindset of a driver is when you have all this openness, and I think I used the word optimistic, you just feel a little bit more that you want to challenge it. And that's why you see more of it. Simona, how about the job she's done all year, really, as a single car effort. Remember, she doesn't have a teammate.
Yep. All right, here we go. Here's Dan Weldon in. And this is not a routine pit stop.
Well, we know, that he had just let all those cars go by and thought there was something maybe going on with his car.
Down to Jack.
Guys, I want to show you during pit stops where you really want to focus during the pit stop. In these cases, you want to watch the fueler and the vent man. Why? Because you've got to get that fuel nozzle in exactly right. Paul Tracy's team didn't get it right last weekend in Toronto. Cost him about 10 positions on the racetrack. Focus your attention during these pit stops on the fuel man.
Good battle here, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Tracy, Andretti, and Sato.
Yeah, is that a mixture for fireworks or what?
And Sato looked like he might have had the better of Marco Andretti, but Marco fought back and saved that position.
Here's how Tracy moved ahead of Andretti.
Good heads-up driving by Marco just to say, hey, he's got me on that gap. I don't want to squeeze him out anymore. That is going into turn 10.
And this is where it looked like Sato had been able to take advantage of the broken momentum, but couldn't quite get that job done. Perfectly positioned is Paul Tracy. That's going to slow down Marco just a little bit. Then whoop, right after it goes Sato. But you don't want to be on the outside on 11. That's a tough place to make a pass.
So Paul Tracy is in the top 10.
And remember, they're at the end of their tire life right now. So there's not as much grip in these tires. And these guys are just sliding the cars all around.
Simona Di Silvestro is in, Robbie.
Bob, I was talking to you, it's very crowded. Alex Lloyd on her way in. He's going to have Hideki Mucho on her way out, trying to get out before. Going to the black tires, absolutely no changes. Michael Kennan said they're happy, and she's out good.
Now lap 30.